Good afternoon. Just want to say hi to everyone and welcome to day 2 of the virtual Ready Camp. We're so excited and happy that you were able to join us today. And so our topic today is going to be FEMA's Youth Preparedness Council. And so Amy is going to introduce herself and any of the Youth Preparedness Council members that are on here today so we can learn from them. So go ahead, Amy. Oh, we can't hear you.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I actually have a PowerPoint, if possible, that I can show in a little bit. But yeah, so just first off, an introduction. My name is, like MJ said, Amy Pifine. I am now a community preparedness specialist with FEMA Region 5 based out here in Chicago. So we do a lot of preparedness education and preparedness activities and program management for all across the region. So that means that we work in all the Midwest states, basically. So we have a team of 3. And we've been working with Ready Camp now for about like 5 or 6 years, I want to say. So I know a lot of you who are on, those of you who have been in the camp in the past couple of years, we've met. So yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. And then I also have our new team member on the phone as well. So I wanted to give Samaya just a quick moment to introduce herself as well. And then we can also introduce our YPC members who are on. So Sumaya, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So my name is Sumaya Mink. I am the new Regional Preparedness Liaison for Region 5. So I'll be working alongside Amy Pifine. And I'm glad to be working with everyone today and really excited about our conversation today about preparedness.
Yeah, great. And then let's see, we also, I'm taking a look at who is on. I saw that Banan was on. I don't see her name now. Are you still on, Banan?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, hello.
Perfect.
Hi.
Yeah, so do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm the National Youth Preparedness Council member representing Region 5. And yeah, so my goal is, like Amy said, like promoting preparedness and implementing awareness and like preparedness games to better expose youth to the great field of preparedness.
Great, thank you, Banan. Is Haley on by chance? Or is she joining a little bit later, MJ?
Haley is actually working, so she's going to join us whenever she can through her break. So okay. We can have her introduce herself as soon as she logs on. Okay?
Great. And let's see, who else is on? Janice, I see that you're on. I know that you are a new member of the Regional Council, but you're welcome to introduce yourself as well if you would like.
Hi everyone, my name is Janice, and this year I just got introduced to FEMA Regional.
You might need to be, if you're on headphones, you might need to disconnect them. It's really hard to hear, or maybe that's just me. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, my sound doesn't work without it.
Okay, no worries. That's okay. We can, if you get it fixed later, then great. But in the meantime, we can just kind of, I'll turn it back over to MJ and then see where it goes.
Actually, if you want to show your PowerPoint, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. If we are ready for that. So yeah, my plan for this was I just have a PowerPoint talking about what we do working with youth, specifically the Youth Preparedness Councils with FEMA. We have several different kind of avenues of youth preparedness councils. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do with youth, and then if I can ever get my PowerPoint to load. And then after that, I will turn it over to Banan if she wants to talk a little bit about her experience on the National Youth Preparedness Council. So is there a way for me to take control or share my screen to get the PowerPoint to show? Your chances.
I think if you just go down to the bottom and it says share screen.
Oh, great. Yeah. There it is. Thank you. Okay. Great. Can you all see that?
Yes.
All right. I have not updated the PowerPoint, so it has my old title on it. Apologies for that. But we'll get going. Okay. So yeah, just talking about youth and preparedness a little bit. So why are we wanting to work with youth? You know, FEMA is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, for those of you who might be wondering. FEMA works in responding to national natural and man-made disasters. So there are 10 FEMA regions all over the country. We are Region 5, so like I said, we're the Midwest states mostly, the states that hit the Great Lakes specifically. And we do a variety, you know, FEMA does a variety of kind of work in emergency management. So what we specifically do is we do preparedness work, and I'll talk about the other areas of FEMA on, I think, Friday is the day that we're going to be doing a little bit more of like career exploration. So I'll talk about the other areas of FEMA then. But for today, just looking at preparedness and what we do specifically on our team, why do we want to work with youth to help spread preparedness across the region? Well, we know that youth are naturally plugged into their communities, right? So everybody here probably does, you know, other extracurricular activities, or even if you don't, you know, you might belong to a house of worship, or even just like a local community center, or you know, even just like knowing your neighbors on your block. You are just kind of naturally plugged in, and at the very least you all go to school or have some sort of interaction with other people your age. And so that, you know, you don't realize it when you're there, but I mean, that actually is a really high level of kind of being plugged into your community. And for that reason, you know, you make very natural leaders, as I'm sure you all know, since you're here in the Ready Camp, you know, and you're here to kind of build those leadership skills. And then finally, prepared youth make prepared adults in more than one way. So not only are you all, after going through this awesome camp, going to grow up to be even more prepared as you continue on in your, you know, in school and in your careers, you're always going to have these skills with you, but also you are more inclined to share it with others, right? So like your parents, your guardians, your family, friends. So for that reason, it could kind of grow, right? The kind of level of preparedness can grow within the community. So, you know, we try to offer as many leadership opportunities as we possibly can, and we want to incentivize everybody to be more involved with preparedness, because it's not really the most youth-centered topic right now, right? There's not a lot, you know, this is an awesome camp and we want to see stuff like this spread all across the country everywhere, right? So how can we incentivize that? And then that kind of gets into what we're looking for when we talk about preparing youth. We're looking at youth who are engaged and empowered to actually prepare their communities. You all will be part of the decision-making process in your schools, communities, and your local governments. And finally, that you feel like you're informed and prepared to tap into your local and pre-existing resources if you need to, right? So if there is some sort of disaster, you all know what's around you and you all know how to help other people, because that's what we're really trying to do, right? Is we're trying to find ways to prepare everyone so that in the event of a disaster, people are ready to help each other. So getting into the FEMA Youth Preparedness Councils. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this, and I know we'll be hearing more from some of our members, but the FEMA Youth Preparedness Councils are a national service opportunity for youth leaders across the country. So in each council, members have the opportunities to gain valuable leadership and professional skills. They can give back to their communities. It's a great resume builder. You can get volunteer service hours. So we offer that opportunity to get signed off on any kind of volunteer hours you might need. Create contacts within your local and federal governments or your local emergency response or, hospitals, whatever it is that you are interested in working with. And you get to work with local officials and nonprofits of your choice, as you're kind of reaching out to people and figuring out what you want to do. So there's the National Youth Preparedness Council, and like I said, we'll hear from Banan in a moment, but there are some things that are specific to the National Preparedness Council. You work on, as a member, you work on an individual service project that's related to preparedness. And you also work in tandem with other members from across the country on a group service project. And then there's a National Youth Preparedness Council Summit in DC, and you get to work with local, state, and national leaders to attend community events. It is a 2-year commitment, and you get to meet people from all over the country to do that. And so the national councils, as you'll kind of see, since there are these 2 different councils, the National Council is one that we work very closely with here in the region. So, we always make sure that our national members are included in what we're doing as a regional council, and make sure that they can kind of take on that leadership role as well. So getting into also the Region 5 Youth Preparedness Council, we only ask for a 1-year commitment, but that also comes with the opportunity to, keep doing it as you go. So, you can join as a freshman, and as long as, you meet your requirements every year, you can keep coming back. But, we just reopen that application process every year for more people to join. And then we only ask that you, within that, since it is just a 1-year term, we only ask that you commit yourself to 1 individual service project that's related to community preparedness. And that can look like a lot of things. And I can kind of, maybe after we hear from everybody, talk a little bit about some projects that our members have done in the past to kind of get you some ideas. I know we're going to be talking about service projects in a little bit. So, just get the ideas flowing if you want. There's also the Regional Youth Preparedness Council Summit in Chicago every year. So of course this year it's being moved to a virtual format because of COVID. But normally every year in the summer after the national summit, we bring all of our regional members to Chicago, and we hold a professional summit in our Chicago office, and we have our regional leadership, and everybody, will come out, and we try to make it as, fun and interactive as we possibly can. You get to work with your local and state governments and organizations and federal. You obviously are working with us as an RYFAC member. We're federal. We also can hook you up with other federal staff who can help you out within the region. And you get to work with organizations and attend local events. Once Haley's on, she can talk about maybe some of the events that she's been able to join as a member. It's also a great resume builder for higher education and for future careers. You get to meet people from all over the region. So, and even then, we do sometimes try to do some like cross-regional activities. So there's the opportunity to meet with members who are from all over the country still. And then finally, you get to build leadership and professional skills continuing on. So there are some other resources out there for youth specifically, which I will probably talk more about tomorrow. So yeah, I will save the rest of this presentation for tomorrow for our emergency preparedness presentation, but that is not my contact information. I will be MJ can share my most updated contact information later as well. Sorry, the PowerPoint's a little out of date. But how do I stop sharing the screen? Great, okay. So yeah, now what we can do, I'm thinking, is we can kick it over to Banan for a little bit. Nan, if you want to just talk a little bit about your experience with the National Youth Preparedness Council, and maybe just talk a little bit about your experience in general, you know, what you've been doing in your hometown as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, thank you, Amy, for the intro about the YPC, both national and regional. So I think my personal experiences on the national YPC is that it's a great opportunity to develop friendships from across the nation, really. And it's really exciting to be able to work with people that you share a common goal with. And that goal being, you know, spreading and raising awareness about preparedness. Another, you know, benefit about being a part of the national or regional council is that it allows you to be the expert of the field of preparedness. You're able to become a youth advocate, a knowledgeable youth advocate at that point, like being able to tell your friends confidently what you know about preparedness and why it's important, how to implement it. So that's another great thing as well. It increases your credibility on the subject of preparedness. Another, you know, personal benefit of being on the national or regional council is, like Amy mentioned, well, first off, you get to make really great connections with people in the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, as well as you get to have a chance to, as well as you get to have a chance to really build on your personal communication skills, knowing how to better communicate with professionals is a big thing for me. And it really teaches you how to be a better communicator in order to better implement a project or, again, promote preparedness.
Awesome, thanks, Banan. Would you mind talking a little bit about some of the projects that you all have worked on as a national member?
Yeah, so first off, we are split into 3 teams. So there is the youth preparedness like activities or like games teams, and then there's the citizen responder team, and then there's the financial preparedness team. And so I'm into the youth preparedness games team, but let me talk a little bit about each team in brief. And so the financial preparedness team works to create like a presentation about financial literacy to be later presented during the financial literacy conference in DC in the month of, during the financial literacy month in April. And so it really gives people, it really gives the youth who are working on this project a chance to learn more and delve into the area of financial security, as well as be able to share their findings with their friends, community members, and of course the members of the financial literacy conference in April. So that's the first team. And then the second team is the citizen responder team. And so that team is tasked with creating informational sort of brochures, type of brochures, to be able to easily and effectively convey to community members how to be a better citizen responder if an emergency happens. And so including brief, steps to take if you're faced with like an unfortunate emergency or a disaster situation. And so these guides that they're creating, or brochures, will be up on the Ready website shortly. So that's really exciting for them as well. And then the third team, which is my team, the youth preparedness Games is working on promoting the Ready to Help card game. And so Ready to Help is, I don't have it with me. I would show you, but I don't have it with me now. But it's basically a card game aimed towards, elementary school children to be able to informally, in a fun and engaging way, expose young children to preparedness and the benefits of being prepared. So my goal as a part of this project is then to get in contact with, my local leaders, my people who work at my library, school district, etc., to be able to tell them about this card game and promote the significance of this card game, and then later to be able to hold workshops teaching kids about this card game and playing alongside of them, and in the end for kids to be able to go home with the card game in hand that they could keep, and be able to continue to play with the game and learn something new about preparedness every time. Of course, with COVID-19, that sort of put a wrench in our goals, but currently now I'm working on hosting a virtual webinar to be able to teach kids about safety, and as well as distributing via mail card games, and contacting schools who are interested, who would then mail in individually to all interested students the card games.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Banan. That was a really great description of everything that the National Council really encompasses. Did Haley make it on yet, MJ? Do you know? I don't see her.
Hold on, I was looking at the, yeah, I don't see her at all.
Okay. That's okay. I mean, I'm sure she could have gotten tired.
I got a comment that my video wasn't on, so.
Gotta make sure. Yeah, that's okay. I guess, so, I'd love for everybody to get word from somebody who's also on the regional council about their experiences on the regional council. But, if Haley doesn't make it on, I'll kind of just talk a little bit about what the regional council looks like, and, what the members do and that sort of thing, some example projects. So yeah, our regional council, we started it a couple years ago to kind of work in tandem with the national council. So we use the same application and everything. And we, like I said, work with students who are all over the 6 states in our region to, do the same things that the National Council aims to do, right? So involve youth in preparedness and create preparedness ambassadors across the region. So, we've got members from all 6 states now that we're very excited to be able to bring a big group on. Everybody's coming from different states, different backgrounds, different, just all different experiences. And so we're really excited about that level of diversity that we're bringing, so that, our goal is to really make sure that the students are able to learn from each other and engage with each other, just kind of like you do with Ready Camp. So, our goal is to kind of create that same level of fun and energy, while also bringing that level of preparedness to individual communities across the region. Some example projects that our members have done in the past. We just had a member this past year who worked with local school systems in his area. He's from Minneapolis, and he did a survey on the level of interest among teachers in the area, whether or not they would be interested in having like a preparedness curriculum to deliver to their students. So he was able to survey over 100 schools in the Minneapolis area, and was then able to present his survey at the Minneapolis Governor's Conference, where he was able to meet local emergency management leadership and work closely with his state and his local and us federal counterparts to present his research. And he completely came up with the idea for the project himself. And previously, we've also had a student who hosted a preparedness drive in his school, who what he did is he attached it to the National Honor Society's food drive and made it a food and preparedness materials drive. And they ended up getting over like 80 pounds of preparedness materials or something like that he then donated to the local food pantry. We've also had members hold events in their local communities, hold CPR trainings at their schools. One member created a teen cert at his high school that they call it the Teen Preparedness Club. And so it's kind of similar to a Ready Club at your schools, right? But it's in Indiana. So it's, a new initiative there. It was actually the first teen cert training that the Indiana emergency managers had ever given. So, we've got members who are kind of taking on their own interests. There's a million different ways that you can get involved with preparedness. So our goal is to kind of, get your, figure out what you're interested in. Like if you're interested in pets and animals, then doing a project around pet preparedness, or if you're interested in working with youth, working with local schools, or if you're interested finding nursing homes or working with hospitals, that sort of thing. So we try to encourage you to really explore your interests in the program, and those are just some examples, some ideas of things that we've done. So our goal for right now is just to try and make sure that you all are aware of the council, and that you all know that it's something that if you're ever interested in, you can always reach out to us and ask questions. And if you're looking for ways to build your resume, we can help you out with that. We're really trying to help as many people as we possibly can. It is a competitive application, but we do want to try and offer the opportunity to as many people as we can. So if you're ever interested, have any questions, or want to know how to get involved in preparedness in your own community, even if it's not with the council, you can then go about, you can go and contact me and let me know, okay? So I'm putting my contact information in the chat box. And we can, you can let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone has questions now about the council.
Hey, MJ, I think there's some messages that you're going to want to delete in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, so does anyone have any questions? And I want to emphasize that it's a very safe environment. We obviously want people of all experiences and all backgrounds involved. And so anyone, like I said, who has any questions, reach out to me, or if you want, reach out to Benan. We're here to be a resource for you. Thank you.
I have a question, Amy. So if we have participants from different states, and so how would they get involved because they're from a different state? Where would they go? Can you put that in the chat box possibly to?
Oh yeah, so if you're outside of the region, you mean? So if you are outside of the region and you are interested in the program, you can still reach out to me and I can figure out if there's a similar program in your area and put you in contact with that individual if you're interested in working with a regional council. Let me see. So the national council application period has closed. Different regions do their regional applications differently. So let me see here. Council. I will put this link in here. If you want to find more information on a national level, you can go to this link here.
Does anyone know how to delete the chat?
I'm not sure.
I'll just keep it up there.
We will, yeah, figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so I put the link in there if you are interested. I do see that we have one question. Doing this program, does it go to your credits for high school? So we don't offer anything like class credit, but we do offer, like I said, volunteer service hours. If you do need credit for that, you know, I know some schools require that you do volunteer projects or volunteer hours. We do allow you to get credit for that. We don't offer class credit, but we are trying to work on having it lead to some sort of like, we're trying to create some kind of like leadership award that can go along with participating in the councils. So we are working on that right now. You know, that's obviously a little bit more of a process, but that's kind of the end goal. In the meantime, also a lot of our members find that they are eligible to apply for the Presidential Service Award, which you can also look into if you ever, you know, want to try and get another thing on your resume. You can qualify for the gold, silver, or bronze congressional medal as well. That will, it's kind of just like a presidential congressional award for volunteer service hours for youth.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for Bannon or for Amy? Lexian, your question was, how long is this program going to go on if we are in it? This is actually right. It's totally up to you how much you want to be involved. And so we will be, at least for this week, we will be having these Zoom calls every day at 1 o'clock, typically from 1 until 2. And then you can go to the website. For those who were not here yesterday, I will share the screen. And oh, I just wanted to show this also. So can you see my screen? These are some of the community projects that some of our Ready Camp participants have been involved with. And so this is actually a booth at, I think it's a school, but we've had Ready Campers be involved in like State Fair also, and set up a booth. Project Adam, you will learn from them later on in the, there's a week for CPR, AED, and Project Adam, which Project Adam is a program for your schools to bring AEDs to your schools to actually shock the heart and restart the heart again. And they also work nationally. And so, so that is there. And this is another picture of, this is Bayview Community Center Ready Club. And Lexi and Ashley, who are on, they are members of this team. And so they have done a lot of hands-on CPR too, and have taken that. We have had Ready Campers who have given national presentations, national, regional, statewide. And so we will involve you if we receive any information for opportunities for you to speak about all that you're involved in. related to your community and preparedness and safety. This is actually a school preparedness conference, and so it was a statewide conference, and our Ready Campers have actually presented at FEMA national conferences also. So as we get that information, these are some photos of CPR Anytime also, and the Bayview team had a goal at the end of Ready Camp one year to train 1,000 people in 3 months, and they absolutely achieved that goal and did a great job with that. And so I just think pictures are worth 1,000 words, and so I just wanted to show you this. And then they also have gone to the airport to learn about, they've taken several different field trips to different areas and organized them in the Milwaukee area. And so this is with General Mitchell International Airport, and they learned how they actually create safe environments at the airport and stuff too. This is a list of just some of the ways that that Ready Camp campers and their clubs have been involved. They've actually responded to emergency and disaster drills. We've used them on campus here at the university campus, that they came, and down in the corner there is a very old picture of Brian Gutman, who is on the call also, and his team, one of his teams that he brought to the Ready Camp. And Brian and his team have traveled all the way to Madison from Lake Holcomb, Wisconsin to participate in drills. And doing home preparedness and evacuation during flooding disasters. I think the Wisconsin Emergency Management Team is going to talk about ways that you can get involved in those types of things and next week. And then, like I mentioned, state fairs, parades. We have a Ready trailer for those who are in Wisconsin that we have driven around, that you can hand out flyers in parades once they start back up again. And we will pull the Ready trailer behind the Ready campers and stuff. Special needs response at schools. Some have put together different plans, worked with their school planning committee, and have put together school response for different incidents. And then some have installed smoke alarms and worked with their fire departments in elderly housing, and helping victims of disaster situations, and then increasing safety whenever possible. And we also had a school shooting here in 2006, and some of our youth actually put together videos related to school violence and how to be prepared and to really create a positive environment in the schools. So, so just wanted to go through some of those also. And back to your question, was it Elizabeth? But anyway, is that, let me see, oh, I have to figure out here. I'm trying to get back to where I'm not sharing the screen again, and I am not real techy, so bear with me. Looking for all the views here, and let me share. So I am going to try to go to our website, and oh shoot, here we go. Okay, so John went through this yesterday of our website here, and so basically, there's lots of resources here that he's been posting, and we can continue to post for any of your Ready Campers and stuff. But anyway, I have to leave soon too for a meeting. But anyway, here at the Camper Corner, we'll have your all of the schedules and everything. So you can come here at any time and actually see what is posted. So you don't have to participate every single day during the summer. You're welcome to. We would love that. And some days we won't have, we may not have a Zoom call, but we'll let you know that. And then we also will put any kind of activities here, and then also make sure that you check out your the zip what is it, flip chart, the flip charts for all of the activities and everything too. So so anyway, we will, see here, John has put the links to any of the different, like yesterday we shared about the 3 good things. And remember to do that activity, because you will get prizes at the end of the week for actually putting together your 3 good things every single day. So let's see, where was that flip chart? Was it here? No, those are resources. But I think, where did he go yesterday? He went so fast through this yesterday. So it isn't in the registration, I know that. So maybe in the events, no? Huh. We'll have to have John give a tutor again of the website. And I thought it was on the Camper Corner that there was a link to the flip chart thing. So so yesterday's Zoom recording is here, and so you can it will take you to YouTube. And so like if you're not able to join that day, you can actually go here and click that, and then that will take you to, maybe he has it within the 3 good things. Nope. So that's what talks about the 3 good things that we were talking about yesterday. I also wanted to, I'm going to share my screen here again if I can get to it. Oops. It's not going to work. I don't know if you can, Amy, bring up the sheet that I sent to you about putting together a plan for their community projects so they can start to think about it.
Yes, give me 1 minute. I'm pretty sure I can pull that up and share it.
Okay. I can't get it back to the regular screen.
No worries. You sent that to me earlier today, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry. It's been a busy day. I've gotten constant emails today.
Not a problem.
Okay, here we go. Great. So project template. I will just share the Word document for right now. Are they the same, MJ? The
yep,
PDF and the Word?
Okay. Yep,
okay.
And then we'll have John post that too.
Okay, great. Let me share that then.
And I'm going to have to leave for a meeting, but anyway, great to see everyone. And you can just end the meeting when you're done, okay, Amy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, MJ.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just to talk a little bit about project planning, and gotta mask up.
Yep, we're required to do that, so. All right.
Great. Yeah, great. Thank you, MJ.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so to just kind of talk a little bit more about kind of project planning and the project planning process. So MJ asked me to take over and do this for her just because we do walk through project planning through with the YPC. So it's something that, you know, I've trained in before, but to kind of just walk you through this. So this is the 2019 community project form, but we'll be updating, MJ will put one up that is the 2020 community project. And so last year it was focused on Hope Squad development, but this year I think she's got something different in mind. But the main thing that you want to just take a look at here is if you do decide going through the community project, if you do decide that you want to take action and do some type of community project in your community, you know, in your neighborhood, community, whatever. And I'm not sure if MJ is requiring some type of project to receive credit for Ready Camp. She'll have to elaborate on that tomorrow. But looking at this form, it's pretty straightforward at first. So obviously you want to fill in with your contact information, who your advisor is, if you're working with one, and how MJ can reach out to that person. And then finally, you want to go into the proposal for your project. So if you're looking at initiating something, then you know, you want to make sure that you're creating a very clear idea of what it is that you are trying to implement in your area, or even if it's just like an art project or something that you want to make, that you have a clear idea what you're doing and what's going to go into it, because that's what's going to make it an effective project, right? So having a purpose, goals, benefits. So you know, the thing that we always say is, what gap are you trying to fill when you start a new project, if you're trying to help somebody? So when you're looking at a community project, you're kind of looking at, okay, what does my community need to be a little bit stronger, or to be a little bit more fair or better for everyone? So you're looking for that gap, right? So the purpose of your project, and outlining the goals and benefits of your project, is identifying how you're going to fill that gap. And so, you know, specifically for last year, the project was looking at the Hope Squad Youth Empowerment Teen Suicide Prevention. So it was a little more specific. And like I said, MJ can elaborate on any specifics later. But, you know, for last year, you can kind of imagine what you would put for this if it was the Hope Squad Youth Empowerment again, or if it is, you know, your purpose, the overall purpose is that you're trying to spread awareness and build resilience among teens in your area. But then maybe you're doing something specific, right? So if it's making a poster, spreading awareness, like I said, or starting a counseling club or something like that. So you're kind of filling in that, how are you going to do this? And then including a budget is very important. So you have to have a clear idea of what you need before you go into working on a project, even if it's just making things like supplies, or getting things like supplies for a poster or something. So just kind of making sure that, you know, you have a clear idea of what your needs are and how you're going to get them, whether it be fundraising, bake sales, that kind of thing. Including a description of the project. So like I said, including that how. This is also, this goes into making a timeline. So if you want to, you know, make an effective project and make sure that it can really take off and, you know, turn into something really viable and real, creating a solid timeline goes a really long way. Believe it or not. I'm one of those people who is not a timeline person. I've always kind of been like a go with the flow person. And when you're leading a project, it doesn't work like that, let me tell you. So making sure that you have a clear cut timeline, and that you give yourself kind of little benchmarks, right? So if you have a timeline of a year to work on your project, making sure that you kind of give yourself an opportunity to check in, whether that be every month, every 3 months, having a 6-month check-in, to kind of assess where you are and assess how you're doing with your project, and also giving yourself little milestones to reach. So maybe it's starting a club at your school. Let's say, but your goal is to have 6 people by 6 months, right? And then when you reach that 6-person club milestone for you, you know, that's a significant step for you. So making sure that you recognize that, you celebrate that, and checking in, having that goal for that 6 months, and then checking in again a few months later, seeing how you're progressing. And then if you are working in a team, making sure that everybody has a clear idea of what they're doing as well. So Banan kind of touched on that, talking about her working with the national groups, right? So they all had roles in distributing the Ready to Help game, and they all had, you know, kind of clear-cut responsibilities that they needed to do to accomplish the project. So making sure that everybody is communicating effectively, making sure that you're all on the same page, and making sure that everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so that is the community project development form. We'll get that posted later today, and if you have any questions, reach out to MJ about it, or reach out, you know, to that the help email that's on the website, and somebody can get back to you with an answer. All right, so let me see. I will stop sharing my screen. And it's just going to go to MJ's empty chair. So yeah, thank you, Damien, again, for also resharing my contact information there. If you have any questions about the Youth Preparedness Councils nationally or regionally, you can reach out to me. If you want to talk to somebody who's actually on a council, you can reach out to Banan. And we are here to be a resource for you as you kind of explore what you want to do with preparedness. So we are, I guess we will go ahead and if there are no questions, we can go ahead and end this meeting for today, since we're coming up right at 2. And then I guess we will just see everybody here tomorrow as well, hopefully, or anybody who can make it. Yeah, so, I guess a quick brief for what we will be doing tomorrow. So we're still doing emergency preparedness. So FEMA is still helping out with this week in the emergency preparedness area. We will be doing emergency, so we're going to have a very general emergency preparedness presentation, talking about, you know, resources that are out there, but also just ways to stay safe, that sort of thing. And then we're actually going to have a little trivia game. So if anyone's ever used the Kahoot app before, that's what we're hoping to use. But, you know, I will explain all of that again tomorrow as well. So hopefully we'll see you all back here tomorrow, and have a great rest of your Tuesday, I guess it is, right? Yeah, Tuesday. Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. You did a great job, and then Brian too.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
All right, see everybody tomorrow.
everyone.
Thank you.
Shoot.